Good evening and thank you again for coming, and thank you very much, Adam. I've known Adam for about 11 years and he's never failed to perform for me. My name's Jill. I don't have a double-barrel surname. The MALA stands for Member of the Association of Residential Letting Agents. I've been in the lettings industry for 25 years, and during that time I've taken exams, I've trained and I've qualified to be able to give professional advice in the lettings industry. Tonight I'm going to only cover the very basics of the services that we are able to offer you. In 2011 we had a government report that said that they suggested that the only area where we might see growth in 2012 in the housing market was lettings. We're already seeing evidence of that in the first quarter. A report issued by the Home Sales Network for quarter 1 of 2012 stated that there are 20% more tenants looking for properties and 20% less properties available. This has been backed up, as you can see, by the Independent, saying that we are now going to become a nation of renters. As Adam said, people are buying properties much later. People can't afford to buy properties at the moment, but they don't necessarily want to stay at home. Average rents have also increased. In the southwest, they've increased by approximately 9.1%, but you will see regional variations on that as well. Worcestershire, for instance, has seen quite a substantial increase in the rents that they've been able to achieve over the last few years. There are also regional variations within suburbs of Gloucestershire as well. The average length of a tenancy has increased from about 12 months to 19 months. And we're finding that most properties, if you buy the right property, it will let very quickly. Most properties are being let within 2 viewings, and on some occasions we're finding that people are taking properties without even viewing them. They're looking at the information on the websites, they're looking at the information that we provide them. We will send people as much information as they want about a property, as many photos as they want about a property. And as I say, we are finding that people are clamouring for them. Finding the right property. As letting agents, we work alongside our estate agency colleagues, but one of the things that we do is we register people on a regular basis. Use our expertise and our local knowledge. We know what people are looking for, we know what's important to them, and we know where the highest demand for property is in the local area. Consider 3 P's when you're buying your property: postcode, price, and presentation. When people are looking for a property, the first thing they put in the search engine is postcode. Location is extremely important to them. Then for your tenants, it's the price that's important. They work on their own affordability. Every property is only worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. We won't overinflate what we think you can achieve for a property. And presentation is the other thing that's extremely important. Tenants are very discerning now. They want something that they can move into immediately. They want something that's neutral decor, that's modern, that's clean, that has gas central heating, double glazing, and has all the modern facilities. Consider, would you live there? This isn't an example of one of our properties, but also consider, if your circumstances changed, if your children had to live there, would you put them in the property that you're buying? Why should you use the property centre to find a tenant? Because we have the facility to market on all the major property portals, including Rightmove, Find Property, and Prime Location. We're one of the only agents that still currently do a full-page advert in the home buyer. Despite what some agents think, we do find that local people do still turn to the newspaper when they're looking for accommodation, and we do get a lot of inquiries as a result of that. We have an applicant database which is continually updated. Most tenants are looking to move into a property within about 4 weeks. So we're constantly having a turnover of applicants. We register about 120 applicants a month. So we know, as I said, where the demand is, what price people are willing to pay and what type of property they're looking for. As a result of that, we're getting more applicants than properties. We don't have 120 properties, and the last time I looked, there weren't 120 two-bedroom properties available. And that is where one of the high demand areas is. We're open 7 days a week, so people can view your properties more often than perhaps with some of the other agents. It's important to us that we put the right person in your property. If you're not getting paid, we're not getting paid. We won't put somebody into your property that we wouldn't put into our own. We do a credit check. The credit check tells us that they have no county court judgments and they're not a poor financial risk assessment. We do current employers references. We're looking for people who are in stable employment, who are in full-time employment. We want to make sure that you're getting your rent paid regularly. As I said, the property centre don't get paid, and if the property centre don't get paid, I don't get paid. So it's extremely important to us that we put the right person in. Previous landlord reference tells us that the tenancy has been conducted satisfactorily, that they've paid their rent on time, they've looked after the property whilst they've been living there, and the person would rent them again, and no rent arrears. We're asking a lot of our tenants, but you're also investing a lot. Proof of ID. We want to make sure that the person we're renting to is actually who they say they are. Proof of residency tells us that they've lived in a property or in an area for a certain period of time. We can then use the credit check to establish that they have no poor credit history. Proof of income. We want to establish that the property is affordable for them. We'll normally get that from their current employer. They will give us details of salaries. But when we're looking at people who are self-employed, we also want to make sure that they have sufficient income to be able to pay for the property as well. Just going to briefly touch on the products and services. Normally I take about 45 minutes when I visit landlords at their properties to tell them about all the products and services that we have available. We can tailor make a product to suit you. You tell us what you want. As long as it's legal, we'll do it. We can do everything from advertising and introducing tenants to you. You can manage the property yourself, you can draw your own documents, but we can do all the advertising for you. Right up to a full management with a rent guarantee, even during void periods. You only pay for the products or services that you choose. We have in-depth knowledge and experience. Our lettings team has over 50 years experience in the lettings industry. We keep you informed about any changes in legislation. For instance, during the last 6 months, there's been changes to the tenancy deposit registration, energy performance certificates, and something that some of you may not be aware of is the requirement to have a Legionnaire's disease risk assessment done on your property. They certainly make it difficult, don't they? But that's what we're here for. We're here to be able to help you. We're here to be able to manage everything for you. The world of lettings, as some of you may know, is an absolute legal minefield. All of us, whether you're a landlord managing your own property or you're using an agent, are governed by certain acts of legislation. Those are just a few that have scrolled up the screen. The good thing is you don't have to know about any of them because we do. That's what you pay us for. You pay us to look after your property. You pay us to make sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible. And finally, is it a good time to invest in property? There's high demand and low availability. So yes, it is a good time to invest in property. Can we help you find the right property? Yes, we can help you find the right property. We want to make sure you find the right property because, as I said, if the property is not let, you're not getting paid, we're not getting paid. Can we help you find the right tenant? Yes, we can help. Can we do the hard work for you? Absolutely. And what do you need to do now? You just need to contact us. Now I'd like to hand over to Simon, who is going to give you some more information about the type of property to purchase.